Hi there, it's Murray from Northland Dodge in Prince George. Hey, thanks for your inquiry on this 2012 Chrysler 300. This one's a Mopar 12 edition. It's a limited edition car. This one's number 387. It's powered by the 5.7 liter Hemi engine. It makes 363 horsepower and about 400 foot-pounds of torque. Behind that's the WA580 5-speed automatic transmission. This car has it has the LED daytime running lights, and it also has the Xeon high-intensity discharge self-leveling headlamps, and also the driving lights. This car also has forward collision avoidance and adaptive cruise control, and that's all monitored off of this beacon on the front. The Mopar edition cars are blacked out. This has a 20-inch forged aluminum wheel. The Chrysler 300 has independent rear suspension. They use a get-drag rear end. And the Mopar 12 has a 392 rear end ratio. Most Chrysler 300s are just a 306 ratio. But with a 392 rear end ratio and that WA580 5-speed automatic, it has a 359 first gear in it. So this thing is absolute bullet off the stoplight. Very strong performer. Out back it has the LED taillights, dual exhaust. It has the rear park assist. And it also has those sensors in the front as well, so if there's an obstacle in front of the vehicle, it will signal an alarm as well. Leather interior, of course. Seat belts for 3 in the back. The rear seats are heated. There's also heat and air conditioning vents in the back of the console. Also a 12-volt power supply. Nice seats, they leather, and then they have the blue stitching. Pretty attractive. They have a fold-down center armrest with cup holders. This car has blind spot monitoring. There's a little eye in the end of the mirror here. And it will, if you're changing lanes and there's somebody in your blind spot, it will illuminate this little signal light, and also chime an alarm in the interior of the car. And it also has rear cross path detection. So if you're backing out of a blind parking spot and there's traffic coming at a right angle to you that you can't see, it will also send a chime and a warning as well. Car has heated mirrors, and they're power mirrors, and power windows, and power locks. It has power seats. It also has power tilt and telescopic steering column. And it also has power pedals, which are controlled off of this lever, but it allows you to move the pedal rack fore and aft. The car also has a memory system for 2 drivers, so it will take your mirror settings, your seat settings, steering column settings, and pedal settings, and radio station setting, and code that to 2 drivers, and it codes it to the fob. So all you have to do is just show up with your fob and it recognizes your setting. This car also has the paddle shifters. So you can manually up and down shift the transmission in manual mode. It has audio controls in the back of the steering wheel. So look at the instrument cluster. Do a beautiful job of these, especially at night. They just they show up so well. This car has the information center between the tach and speedometer. So top line, it gives you your odometer, compass, ambient air temperature. Next is your radio station. Then fuel economy, it gives you average fuel economy, distance to empty, and also your real-time fuel economy is shown on that bar graph on the bottom. A couple other things I'll just show you here quickly. Tire pressures, it gives you tire pressures corner for corner. Vehicle info, gives you your readout of temperatures and pressures. So coolant temperature, oil temperature, transmission temperature, and it also has an engine hour meter on it as well. And that's controlled off of this pad on the left side of the steering wheel. On the right side of the steering wheel is the controls for the cruise control, and then here is the you can set the distance that you're comfortable with when you're using your adaptive cruise control. And what the adaptive cruise control does, if you're going 110 kilometers an hour and you come up against a car or behind a car that's going, let's say, 90, it will automatically reduce your speed to 90 and maintain the predetermined distance that you've selected. If that vehicle turns off, or if you pull into the fast lane, it will automatically accelerate you back to 110 kilometers. This car has the 730 series entertainment center. It's an 8.5-inch touchscreen, AM, FM, satellite. We use Sirius satellite. This one also has a 40 gig hard drive, so you can download about 6,000 songs to it permanently. And you can do that by the SD card slot, or by downloading from CDs. You can play CDs as well as download them. And in the center console here, there is a USB port and an auxiliary jack, so you can plug in an iPod, or if you have music on a stick, you can download it through there. And it also has an additional 12-volt power outlet down there as well. Let me see, player. So if you want to play your CD, you can just shift over to there. Controls, it has heated seats, of course. It also has a heated steering wheel. You can control that off of here. It also has a sport mode, which will stiffen the suspension settings, and that is activated through there. Climate controls. It's like a tablet. You just slide your fingers up and down to adjust your temperatures. It's dual zone air conditioning, of course, and heat. And it's got your different discharge positions for the heat and air conditioning. Fan. This one also has navigation. We use Garmin navigation. Lots and lots of menus, lots of information in here. I'll just quickly show you a menu here. Let's say you're coming into a town you're not familiar with and you need fuel. Let's say you need a Shell station. Here we go. So it'll pick the closest Shell station, and it will download that and give you turn-by-turn directions on how to get to that station. And like I say, lots of menus, you know, restaurants, hotels, motels, transportation, shopping, banks, parking, entertainment, recreation, hospitals. So lots, very comprehensive system here. And then the map, the nice thing with that 8.5-inch screen, it gives you a real good view of the map. That's in the 3-dimensional mode. You can actually flip this into a 2D mode as well. But the 8.5-inch screen is really nice to read when you're driving. Easy to read when you're driving. The other nice thing about that screen, while we're on the subject, is the rear backup camera. It comes up on that screen. Gives you a very good view behind, and it has some guidelines on there to if you're backing into a parking spot. This one has Bluetooth connectivity, so you can connect up your cell phone like you would a Bluetooth device. It gives you hands-free cell phone use when you're driving. And then lastly, a lot of the settings and driver preferences are also set up through the radio. Makes it pretty easy to use. And it's also voice actuated. Hits 1.
Tuning to Hits 1.
So very state-of-the-art sound system. These things are awesome. This one has the keyless enter and go. So as long as you have the fob with you, there's actually no key at all. It's just the fob. As long as you have that in your presence, it recognizes that and it unlocks the door for you, and it's just a case of pushing the start button to start the engine. We have redundant controls for everything on the radio, and climate controls. They're all redundant manual controls. A little cubby hole down here. It's got a power outlet, a 12-volt power outlet in it. It's got the shifter for the automatic transmission in the center console. We pull this back. We've got a couple of cup holders in here. These are illuminated cup holders, and they're also heated and cooled. So if you've got a cold drink in there, you press that button, and if you've got a hot coffee, you turn the other one on. That's pretty cool. Again, the center console, a couple storage compartments in there. This car has the panoramic glass top. The front portion of this roof opens. The back glass is fixed. And there is a shade that will come up across that. But lets a lot of natural light into the car. And that's controlled off of the center console here. Beautiful interior in these. They're very, very nice. In the front seat, it has the Mopar logo stitched into it. This one has a 506 watt amplifier. Very good sound system. The other thing I forgot to mention too is this one has the rain sensitive wipers. So when it starts to rain, the wipers come on automatically and adjust their frequency to the level of moisture that's on the windshield. So that's the tour. I will attach some notes to an email and send this off to you. Thank you very much.